Hello, this is Sergeant Major Ecology. I'm a facilitator for the non-resident course at USASMA. This is tutorial number 1 in a multi-part series of how-to tutorials for non-res class 43. This tutorial will cover launching Blackboard, logging into Blackboard, and how to use the login interfaces. First, let's go to the login page, and I'm going to use Microsoft Edge for this. So once I have my address up, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to find my address, and here is the link, https://nrc.ncoes.army.mil. I'm going to copy that just because I have it, and I'm going to paste it in the web browser. Now on Edge, it's actually right there, so you have to click right there on the bar. Once you get it, paste it, and hit enter. Now this brings you to your interface for your login page. Now you can see that this says Army Learning, U.S. Army Enterprise Lifelong Learning Center. If you find yourself at a place where you don't have the link already, you can do a web search for Army Lifelong Learning Center, and it will pop up. Select it. You probably will not have this same page. This is key for the videos to work, is being on this page. So if you can find the NRC web page, web link, that is the best one to use. Again, it's https://nrc.ncoes.army.mil. Now on this page, you have two ways of logging in. You can use your AKO, or you can use your CAC. I would recommend using your CAC. Now if you are a civilian, your civilian CAC will not work on Lifelong Learning Center. It needs to be your military CAC. And with that, it shows your military rank. That will allow you to log in. So once you've put your PIN number in, it'll bring you up to the main interface page. And you have a couple courses on here. You have ALC, NRC, SMC, you've got BLC, you got quite a few of them up here. We're going to concern ourselves with the NRC home. You can click either one of these two links. Either one of them will work. If you're following along, please click that link so you can see exactly where I'm at, because each one of those interface pages has a little bit different format. So if the Army was a business, if this web page was a business, we wouldn't make any money, because our bottom line is definitely not up front. What you're looking for help, if you scroll down in the middle all the way down to the bottom, you'll see there's Blackboard help. Now you can submit a trouble ticket two different ways, and highlighted right there. You can either send an email to that address, and I won't read that off for you. You can follow that on your computer, or you can come down here and you can call these numbers. Right, these numbers right here. One is the Army Training Help Desk, and the other one is the Lifelong Learning. All right, so this is the one you may want to call right here. That's option 2, and if that doesn't work, then you call the Training Help Desk, which is option 3. All right, so those are help out of the way. Now let's go back up to the top. Now there's some pretty neat tools here on this interface that we're going to go over briefly. The first one is announcements over here. Now announcements, that's for any announcement for every single one of your courses, so it may be kind of busy and you may get confused. So I would wait till you get into the course to read the announcements there. You have a calendar, you got tasks, your grades. This is where you can go and look at the grades on your grade book. You can send an email via Blackboard. You can find users. There's an address book, and for any soldiers who have names that don't match what's in Blackboard, you can go into personal information, click on that, and it will allow you to update your first name, last name, and your email address. Now this is very important, especially if the email address that we are contacting you on is not your primary. Alright, so you can come in here on your personal information, update your last name. If your last name has changed, you can type in your current last name. If your email has changed, you can come down here and you can put your new email on there so that it is the preferred email address. So if we send you any correspondence through Blackboard, it's going to go to that email. I'm going to hit cancel on this, but if you do change it, make sure you come over here and hit submit. Okay, I'm going to bring us back out to the main page. It may take a little bit of navigation to get there. from the main page you can see your course list. Now these are all of the courses that you are enrolled in. What you're going to be concerned with finding is Class 43 Alpha or 43 Bravo. If you click on that, it is going to take you to your NRC front page. I'm going to get there as soon as it pops open. I'm going to get out of here because this is a different tutorial. So I'm going to go back. And there's a couple other things I want to show you here on this orientation page, or this interface. If you scroll all the way down, you're going to find an icon for Microsoft Edge, and it'll tell you that this web browser is unsupported in the current version of Blackboard Learn. Ironically, it's the one that I'm using, and it actually gets me to where I'm going. Now there are some functions that will not work, and I'll explain that in just a second. So here are some good browsers to use. These are options that we give you. Firefox 24 and later, Chrome 30 and later, Safari 6 and later, Internet Explorer 9 and later. That one seems to be the easiest to get to for military because Internet Explorer is loaded on pretty much every computer. Now, if you go through the process of getting Mozilla Firefox put on your computer, as of right now, we still have an issue with logging in with a military CAC card using Firefox. For whatever reason, it blocks it. So right now, the most stable platform that I see out there is Internet Explorer 9. Alright, so let's go back. Again, these are browsers that support Service Package 14. Close that. I'm going to scroll down, and here's another very good link that'll help you out. If you go all the way to the bottom, it'll tell you that we are version 9.1 Service Pack 14. And this link right here has a really cool tool that you can use to check your browser. So once this opens up, go to Run the Browser Checker. This is going to check your browser to see if it's compatible. Okay, these portions of my browser are compatible. My cookies are enabled, my Java is enabled, my pop-up blocker is disabled. I had to manually do it. Now, this is different than all the others, but it's kind of a similar idea. There's going to be a settings portion that you have to go to. You're probably going to have to go to your advanced settings, and then you're going to have to turn off or turn on block pop-ups. Now, Edge is a little bit different than all the other ones. Each one of them have a different interface, but it's the same idea. So if you've got something that says your pop-up blocker is disabled or that your Java is not enabled, go up to your settings and see if you have the right version. What this version does not do is it does not support PDF viewing, which is not a big deal. There is no portion of the class where you have to read a PDF using Blackboard. Right? You can download the PDF files from either the reference page or wherever it's at to your computer, and you can read it there. So this is not a big deal. Microsoft Edge actually works, and you'll see that in later demonstrations. But that is all I have for this, so I'm going to close that. I'm going to scroll back up to the top of our page. Again, this is your login page for Blackboard itself. You're logged in. This is the interface for that, and then you'd have to go to your course. Now back up here at the top, you've got a little handy dandy drop down that gives you the functionality that you found on the rest of the page here. I have links to classes that I've visited. If I haven't visited them, they're not going to show up here, so just know that. It's going to have to be to what you are have recently visited. But you've also got that calendar that I showed you is right there, and it'll pop it open. This is the same way as the other one. And you've also got your grade book on here, and we'll find it. So there it is, everything that recently happened, what you're graded on. It pretty much is a roll-up. By clicking on that Blackboard, rolls up everything that's going on. All right. If you have any questions, here's your grades. If you have any questions on that, please come back to our channel and visit it any time. I'm going to post as many of these how-to tutorials as I can possibly fit onto YouTube to make your learning experience here with USASMA a lot better. Thank you for joining me, and have a nice day.